Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Just making sure this is shared properly. Welcome to our PCS Coffee Talk. I know we probably should have had an episode last week, but last week I was traveling through California for a PCS class, so it just did not happen. And normally I have this earlier on Thursdays, but today my pup had a vet appointment, so things got delayed, but here we are. And so there's just a couple of things to talk about today while we drink on our coffee. Maybe it's your first cup, second cup, whatever it may be. I hope it's good for you. The first thing to talk about, if you saw earlier today, we made a post talking about weighing vehicles if you're doing a partial PPM or a full PPM, of how the configuration should be. Essentially, you need the same setup for when you weigh full or when you weigh empty for when you weigh full. So if you have a vehicle and you're towing a vehicle, there's two ways you can do it. You weigh each vehicle separately or you attach them together. It just depends if you want to go for one weight ticket or if you want to go for two weight tickets. If you have a moving truck and you're towing a vehicle, you attach the car to the moving truck. You go weigh empty, you load everything up, and then you go weigh full. The big thing to know is that the weight the weight of your vehicle does not count as weight moved, but the weight you pack into your vehicle does. So that's why it's important that you have that same setup and that you're not counting the weight of your vehicle. It does not count. If you have a motorcycle, yes, that can count as part of your household goods weight, but your vehicle cannot. And when we talk about trailers, the regulations does allow, if you have a utility trailer where it's a single axle, no more than 12 feet in length, no less than 8 feet or less than 8 feet wide outside tire to tire, it could count as part of your household goods weight. So I am going to copy this link and drop it into the comments for you guys so you can go and look at that for if you have a trailer and you want to see about that too. So there is some options there. But the big thing, and we get this question a lot, which is why we're talking about it, is that if you have a vehicle that you're towing, the weight of the vehicle does not count. But anything you pack in that vehicle does count. So if you're going to pack anything into that car, attach it to your moving truck first. Okay. Second thing we want to talk about are the PCS classes. So I did one last week at Camp Parks with the NCO Academy. It was absolutely fabulous and wonderful. In a couple weeks, we're heading to Fort Campbell. If you have registered for Fort Campbell and you have not checked your email already, please do. We're having a location change and a slight time change. So previously it was going to be 5 to 7. Now it's going to be 5:30 to 7:30. And we are now moving off post to a different location. It's going to be a bigger location. And so I'm going to be able to open up more tickets. And I've had a lot of people asking, like, when is that going to happen? My plan is tomorrow morning, I will open more slots for the Fort Campbell class. I was waiting to see if anybody from that had previously registered, if the location change was going to be an issue for them and they needed to unregister. But looks like everything is fine so far. So tomorrow morning, I will open up more seats for the Fort Campbell class. Once those seats are filled, that is it. We will be at max capacity for that. So I'll have it posted here on the page so you guys can check that out. Fort Leavenworth, we will be there Wednesday, April 8th. Is about 1/3 full so far. So if you're at Fort Leavenworth or in that area, you'll want to go ahead and get your tickets as well. I will drop the link for that one here into the comments. So save and bookmark that page. Again, Fort Campbell, the additional seats, I'll have them posted tomorrow. And then Fort Leavenworth, about 2/3 are still available right now. And then after that, our current schedule is end of April. We'll be at Goodfellow Air Force Base. In May, we're going to try to hit DC and then the Norfolk Hampton Roads area. We're going to have a little bit of break as we kick off peak season. I have a kid graduating and a kid going off to boot camp. So we've got some family time things going on there. And then end of June, we'll hit back to it. So once I get those all set and solidified, we'll have those posted on the website as well. So yeah, so it's we've got a lot going on with those classes, and I'm excited to start getting more and more of them scheduled. We're looking at heading to Fort Hood, JBLM. MacDill will be in September because I'm combining with another event that I'll be at in Tampa for. NAS Jacksonville will be in October. I'm combining that one with another event that I'm going to be at. And then we're going to be looking at Fort Carson, and then Wright Pat Air Force Base will be in July as well. But check the website. Everything as it gets finalized will be posted there with the ability to register. And then we'll, of course, have them posted on the page as well. And so that leads us into peak season. We are about 90 days. On Sunday, March 15th, we will be 90 days from peak season starting. And so if you remember this time last year going into peak season, we were all a little nervous, a little worried about what was happening, what was going on. We had that GHC contract in play. There was a lot of uncertainty. This year, it is should be much, much better. We've got some things that are in place to help families a little bit more. That contract is gone. We have some stability in the DPS system. I know moving companies are going to be working on stepping up their game a lot this year, especially after last year. Is there time and their ability to really show, the military that they can handle this, they can do this, and we don't need another GHC contract. And so we should see a lot more good things happening. Of course, we will be watching closely. We'll be checking in everywhere, looking at things and seeing how they go. While we're out at these different PCS classes, I'm going to have links posted, and they'll be on the Facebook page here and in the group. If you are moving, I'd love to stop in and see you and say hi. I'd love to drop you off a cup of coffee, a soda pop, whatever it is that could help you get through that day and make it a little bit better. And then just, of course, to see how your experience is going. How is that move going? Have there been issues or problems? Have you been able to get them handled, or are you still needing help? So I'll get those links posted, but I would love to be able to stop by and see how things are going as well, and what's happening there on the ground. And then finally, the last thing, let me get this link copied. Just a final another shout out to our sponsor for the month, Box Ops. I'm dropping their link into the comments. And I'm going to drop the coupon code in there too. Let me get this in here. Box Ops, if you guys know, are the moving labels. And again, I need to do better. Ooh, actually, well, no, I lied. I don't have them here. I thought I did. Are the big room labels that go on your boxes. They're all color coded. They're big enough that they wrap around the corner of the box, so you see them from both sides. They stick really well to the boxes. They've got a spot where you can write the inventory number, a spot where you can write the location of the room. So, we're moving from house to house. That one bedroom that might have been downstairs might be upstairs. The office might be in a different location. Boxes that you might have had in the basement might be going to somewhere else. But it's got a spot to write the location on the room label as well as that inventory number. It's owned by one of my dear friends, Shay, who's another military spouse. So you know how much I love being able to support those military spouse businesses. But she's got a lot of great different bundles, different size packs that you can go and purchase. You can find one that meets your needs that you can be able to get. And I've used them for our last several moves, have loved them. When we were moving from Texas to Kansas, I was putting them on in our living room, and our driver was in there doing the inventory. He's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm putting room labels on the boxes." And he's like, "What do you mean?" He had never seen anybody use room labels before. And so I put them on the box and I showed him. I'm like, so, because we were doing a door-to-door move with that one. I'm like, so when you arrive at the next location, I'm going to have the same color of room label, like on the bedroom door or on like the wall of the room, if it's like the dining room or living room or whatever it was. I'm like, and then your crews can just match like, color on the box to color on the door. And then I don't have to direct traffic. And he thought it was the most amazing thing ever. Having those room labels, it's not a requirement. You don't need to, but I love using them because one, it gives me that ability to not have to spend so much time directing traffic. I can take that time to make sure all the inventory numbers get checked off. I can take that time to really get a good look at my furniture to see if anything is damaged. And if it is, I can take a picture of it. I can write down the inventory numbers. So that way I know what it is. I got time then to be able to open up all of my high value items. I have a lot. We have a china, crystal, Polish pottery, ceramic tree, sports memorabilia. We've got a lot of things in our high value stuff. But it gives me more time to be able to open up that stuff and to be able to take care of other things that are needed on delivery day. So go check it out. If you're preparing for a PCS this summer, now is a great time to go ahead and get your room labels. If you have a friend that is moving, a good friend, and you're trying to figure out what in the world can I get them to help them with this move, these room labels are a great gift as well. So yeah, so just go check them out. I think that's all we have for today, guys. Just a little short, sweet. Wanted to jump on because it's been a couple weeks since we had our PCS coffee talk, but check the website for all of the events. Like I said, tomorrow I will open up Fort Campbell for more seats since we are now shifted to a different location that is bigger and will give us more availability for more families to come. Because I've heard a lot of you that you missed out on it. We've got a bigger spot. Hopefully, you guys will be able to get a spot now. So keep your eyes open for that. And we'll see you back here again in a couple of weeks with more updates and more what's happening. So until then, enjoy your coffee. Have a good PCS. Reach out if you need anything. And we'll see you guys next time.